There obviously seems to be a trend of Brad Holmes drafting these injured players.
It's tough when you don't have your 2 second-round draft picks the past 2 years. Brad Holmes hitting on 4th and 6th round picks kind of skews the view a little bit. We need our second-round picks. We need them to come in here and help.
I don't want to say it's concerning. It's very much so going to be a process.
I don't think the Lions are tanking. The Lions are trying to win.
No, man, we got time.
Hey!
What? Obviously, the Levi news broke. I think we're the first show to talk about it, but we didn't clip it because I don't know why. No, I'll clip it later on though. I'll screen record it or something like that. But knowing, because Brad Holmes almost seems to have a knack for drafting injured players at this point. You have James Mitchell, the tight end, who had the ACL injury.
Yep.
You obviously have our guy Jamo that we're waiting on. It looks like it seems as if we're going to have to wait until after the bye week to even see him on the field. Which, by the way, I am excited for him, but we do have the number 1 offense already. It's like, damn, I wish he played defense. But Levi Enrique with the back injury.
Yep.
Josh Pascal with the hernia, which I'm not really tripping off the hernia surgery. I feel like you bounce back and recover from that one. But there obviously seems to be a trend of Brad Holmes drafting these injured players. Is that a concern for you?
It's somewhat concerning, yeah. As you see, not only injured players that coming into the draft are injured, but guys that have dealt with injuries before, like Levi Ozarike, like Ife Melifonwu, like these different guys. It is tough. It is tough when you don't have your 2 second-round draft picks the past 2 years. You're not able to use them. You don't have, like you said, the tight end that you drafted this year. You don't have one of your first-round draft picks from this year. And that being said, I'm totally fine with him getting Jameson Williams. I'm not upset. I think Brad Holmes hitting on 4th and 6th round picks kind of skews the view a little bit of it. Like, it kind of makes it easier to take that we don't have either of our second-round picks from the last 2 years, because we have a 4th rounder performing in the way that Amon-Ra St. Brown is, because we have a 6th rounder performing in the way that Malcolm Rodriguez is. You're kind of like, oh, all right, it's all right, But if we didn't have those 2 guys, if we had a regular 4th rounder, a regular 6th round pick that aren't looking like they could be guys that could be very important pieces to this team for a long time, then you're like, all right, we need to stop drafting these injured guys. We need our second-round picks. We need them to come in here and help. So I expect Josh Pascal to be back and be fine. Like you said, it was just a hernia injury. It was just a sports hernia surgery. Nothing crazy, nothing invasive, nothing like that. So he should come back and be fine from that. As well as Jameson Williams. ACL is not what it used to be. It's not a death sentence. The guy will be back. He'll be fine. So I'm not too worried about it, but it is starting to pile up when you look at all the names.
I do have and this is actually, I didn't have this pre-planned or whatever to discuss, but I have a little bit of a concern with the ACLs. Only because it seems as if once someone blows one, shortly after they blow the other. I mean, we just saw that just happen with Odell Beckham. I think it's happened with a couple other athletes. Obviously, like I said, just came off this top of my head. But I just feel like that's been a trend as of late. I know you come back and perform, but then, for how long till you hurt again? And then obviously, now Odell Beckham will wait and see how he performs once more from an ACL injury. But I don't want to say it's concerning, only because, as we mentioned yesterday, we are very much in a building process. I can't even tell you it's a rebuild because the Lions never had anything to rebuild back to. You know what I'm saying? It's a complete new structure. And
build back better.
Yeah, and it's going to take some time, and I think maybe that's part of the reason why he's drafting these injured players, because, again, the hernia, not that big of a deal. ACL, as you said, with James Mitchell and Jamo, not that big of a deal. The back, a little bit of a concerning injury, but I guess I somewhat get it. Swing for the fences if you still think he's that great of a player. I think him and Aleem were both 1 and 2 in terms of draft board defensive tackles, and to be able to have grabbed both of those in the draft was a draft day win. You can never confirm anything's gonna be for certain. Obviously, I don't want to speak bad on Nathan, but we'll wait and see him be what he was supposed to be as a number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think a lot of it has to do with the timing and the development of this team. It's very much so going to be a process. We're obviously only in year 2 of this thing. We have the time, unfortunately, to build these guys back. And maybe I don't believe in taking the football. I don't think it's a thing. I think football, any type of contact sport like that, to tank it's dangerous because you'll get hurt. So I don't believe in taking per se on the field. But from a GM standpoint, maybe it's some way of tanking in that way. You know what I'm saying, because he knows he's not gonna get these guys later on to the year, and then it gets you then another higher pick to build this team with. I'm not sure. I'm not necessarily tripping though, because we don't even have a full 2 years. What just happened, by the way?
I was laughing because I don't think it's that deep. But he's like, yeah, these guys are injured. They won't be back. We'll get another high draft pick out. Like,
Maybe though.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't count out of the cards. But nonetheless, I'm not tripping because we haven't seen. This isn't like a full year 2. Like, yeah, this is year 2. We see them have a second draft class. We have yet to even see what the first draft class has fully become yet. So to like, I guess, press on and say, oh, he'd fire him, or this is a bad thing. I don't think people are saying that. But by the way, there's another station around here who's talking about trading Jamison Williams and a couple picks for Roquan Smith, who wants $20 million, which I think is bananas. But I don't know what show that was. I just know it was a certain station. But no, man, we got time. We have time. These injuries are like.
Hey!
What?
Is that the station it was?
CTE thing again. What was that?
Is that the station it was?
Oh, yeah.
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 Makes sense.
You got mad. We're
how's it
joking
feel?
while you're talking.
How's it feel?
You do it all the time. You did it again. Oh, man. You want to cut this one for YouTube because the other ones are all crazy?
Yeah.
Hey! JB, are you concerned with Spencer's CTE? I'm just kidding. Are you concerned with Brad Holmes drafting guys of Spencer's caliber? Damaged goods, if you will. I can't hear you. Damn it. Now you got to play a sound for you, too.
My bad, I had the volume down. I have my volume down, respecting calls, but yeah, I'm not concerned at all for Brad Holmes right now. Like I said, as you guys said, we're not in a rebuilding process. We just need more time with these guys. We really do. We just need more time to figure things out a lot more. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. So if he can just produce with these draft picks that we got coming up, maybe swing at trying to get Lamar Jackson in here at some point in time, all right, he's cool in my book.
Maybe take a swing at that. Maybe do that. I don't think the Lions are tanking. The Lions are trying to win. The Lions are trying to put things out there to win games. They're trying to build this roster up. They don't want to lose as many games as they have. Obviously, we've got Dan Campbell crying in post games when he loses, looking defeated. Like, he's not trying to lose games. They're trying to win games. So I think things that would help you win games and would help further the rebuild is having your second-round draft picks be available, let alone hitting on them. But just having them play, like that's cool. Like, have a guy in there that plays. Have a body. Have fresh blood. Like, warm bodies out there is all we need at this point. Like, we need, obviously, a vast increase in talent on the defensive side of the football. So not having second-round draft picks who were supposed to be that talent is big. So hopefully Josh Pascal comes in. Hopefully he plays this week, and hopefully he's a game breaker.
I'm with you. We actually we have another caller. I know this person personally.
Is Zordon calling
All right,
in?
I think we have Zordon join the show. Zordon, can you hear me?
Power Rangers, I need you.
Luke G from Luke G Field Review calling in. You're on the opposite of this. You are concerned. It sounds like it.
Everybody should be concerned. Everybody should be concerned. And there's so many things that we're overlooking and acting like it's not the case. Let's just go down. Let me go back and redo this the right way, okay? First things first, all right? Look at the roster, the depth chart in the roster from 2021. I want you to look closely at it, particularly the defense, and then turn back around and look at that same roster this year. They got rid of Trey Flowers, brought in Aiden Hudson. He literally brought back over 80% of this damn roster for the defense. Literally brought back 80% of them. On top of bringing back up 80%, he turned around and doubled down on people like Alex Anzalone. Why was he even retained? He doubled down on Tim Boyle. Why was he retained? He cut Peterson, and we've on like kicker number 3, 1,000. At some point, you got to call a spade a spade. You look at the people that he took. You really couldn't find a way for Kirby Joseph to get on the field other than the fact that they just got tired of Juju Hughes, who apparently they saw so much of that he got to start over Kirby Joseph. You pass up on linebackers, and the linebackers you have are suspect. And please don't get me started on Emrod. Nice player, but he's not changing anything. He's not a force multiplier. And then you go through and you look at it. Yeah, I feel you. It is one guy. But guess what? There's 15 other picks. And for the most part, when you look at his first couple of picks, there are no-brainers. You don't get credit for having no-brainer picks. Like, it's not hard for you to just take the no-brainer pick. But when you start to go through, you look at Levi, you look at Pascal, you look at that tight end, you look at the luxury pick of a receiver who can't help you, and they still drop 45 points without having most of their receivers on the court. You look at the fact that they added most of the weapons to the offense. What did Brad Holmes do to fix the main problem, the defense? He went into free agency, he added Chark. He went into free agency, he brought Tim Boyle back. Like, he re-signed Josh Reynolds. Like, he did everything to empower the offense. The main problem with this team last year was the defense, and he did nothing. Absolutely nothing other than draft a guy who, at this point, we're all scratching our head like, when is he going to get around to doing something special? 10%. 10% is what I read that said that Aiden Hutchinson wins 10% of his one-on-ones. I don't know in what world you can win 10% of anything and be held as great. Literally. Literally.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough. He is definitely underperformed. Luke G, we appreciate your call as always. And yeah, it's that is tough to swallow when you hear something like that. When you hear your number 2 pick, this guy that's supposed to be a blue chip player on your defense, only winning 10% of his one-on-ones. And man, that's I haven't seen that stat, but I believe Luke G does his homework. The guy knows what he's talking about. So
that's his tagline. Please do your research.
Please do your research. That's tough, man. That is tough.